Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LinkedIn Automation Masterclass. I'm your host, Harvey Bakari, and this masterclass is going to teach you how to use the automation that you've just downloaded and how to use it most effectively. Some of the campaigns that we use. So these are some of the things that we'll be covering. Firstly, so who I am, why we use automation and why we use this particular automation that's called waalaxy, how to optimize your LinkedIn profile to make it most effective, how to set up the campaigns within waalaxy, how to write effective outreach messages that convert, and I'll show you some templates. In fact, I might send you some templates in an email. And then how to put it all together. So what's the most optimal way to use these campaigns, which ones work best, and how to get the most meetings and most clients from your LinkedIn outreach. And then we'll discuss how many clients you can expect, how many meetings you can expect. It's very niche dependent. There are loads of variables, but we'll discuss those as well. And then finally, final thoughts, right? So what you can do moving forward to give yourself the best chance of success. So yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for downloading the automation tool. And let's get straight into it. So the first question you're probably asking is who I am. Some of you will already know me. You might already be on my list, or you might have interacted with some of our content. But if you don't, so I'm Harvey. I run a prospecting agency. Effectively, what that means is we book meetings for our clients with their potential clients. We've been doing this for 5 years. As far as I know, I was the first person to offer this as a service to agencies and coaches back in 2018. We work on a few different models. You can pay us a monthly retainer and we'll book your meetings for you. You can pay us a one-off fee and we will train a VA to book your meetings for you, and then they work for you after that. Alternatively, you pay us a commission for every successful client that we bring you. But yeah, that's what we've been doing for the last 5 years, quite honestly. We are moving away from the done-for-you model, and I'm moving towards becoming a training provider, and that's why you're here on this masterclass. But in that time, I have trained over 4,000 people on how to book meetings using LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, cold calling, and email marketing. It works incredibly well. Our own agency has booked over 20,000 meetings and generated over $20 million in revenue. That's for us and our clients. That's not just for me, right? So, that's for us and for our clients. So that's the difference between me and most people who teach online. I've actually done all the work. Our agency is still running. Last month we booked well over 500 meetings for us and our clients. It works incredibly well, right? So if you want to get in touch with me, my email address is over there. It's harvey@bulboutreach.com, or my Instagram is harvey512. You can get in touch if you have any questions, if there's anything else that you'd like to know. So that's a little bit about me. Let's discuss why we use automation first and foremost. For me, we automate things because we want to utilize leverage. Now, leverage is one of the most important principles in business. Archimedes said, "Give me a lever long enough and a place to stand and I will move the earth." It's one of my favorite quotes, right? So there are 4 types of leverage according to Naval Ravikant. He's a very interesting chap, actually. Please do check him out. You'll find a lot of his stuff on Twitter. I'm not going to get into all the different types of leverage. I'll briefly touch them. So there's labor, which is hiring people or having other people do work for you, which is you're leveraging their time and their effort and their skills. The second one is capital. So if investing in something, you buy a house, it gives you a rental yield. You're leveraging your money to make more money. The third one is automation, which is software, right? Tools. That's the one we're going to discuss mostly. The fourth one was media, right? So you can create a piece of content, put it out on TV, put it out on social media, and you've created it once and people can see it multiple times, or thousands or hundreds or millions of people can actually see that piece of content. So you've got distribution. So you're leveraging that distribution to get your message out. But I'm not a content marketer. We're mostly going to be discussing automation, especially when it comes to LinkedIn outreach. So we leverage the software so we can reach out to more people with little effort. Quite honestly, the example I've given here is 20 years ago, you might have to write 100 letters a day manually if you were to do something similar to this. Or you might go and knock on 100 doors, or you might go and pop into 100 businesses, personally visiting them on a daily basis. Now, this is what you can do through LinkedIn automation without really actually doing any work. So once you've set it up, you don't do anything and it automates it. That's the whole point, right? That's where the word is. It's automation. You don't do anything. It does all the work for you. Okay, so now we've covered why we use automation. Let's discuss why we should automate LinkedIn outreach. Firstly, I want to make it clear that LinkedIn outreach works. It really does work. I know some people might get annoyed that they get LinkedIn. Man, there are people who do get annoyed, and some people will never buy from a cold outreach message. But why do you think you get those cold outreach messages and you keep on getting them? Because it works. If it didn't work, people would stop sending them. So it does work. Most people do understand that it works, but they don't know how to do it without spending the whole day sending connection requests, sending messages, sending follow-up messages, interacting with content and all that. So there are two options when it comes to outreach on LinkedIn. You can do it manually or you can automate it. If you were to do manual outreach, you'll be able to send 100 connections a week, according to LinkedIn's current limitations. And that works as well, right? It does work, but it just takes you a long time to achieve the results you want. It's boring, it's time consuming, and it can be really frustrating. It can be soul destroying, just, sitting there sending connection requests. And let's be honest, people want to automate LinkedIn outreach so they can focus on other things within their business, other things within their lives, so they can spare up some time or free up some time. Now, if you were to automate this process, firstly, the numbers are much larger. You can send 100 connection requests a day safely. You can also send a drip sequence to everyone who accepts your connection. Now, for us, we sometimes send a drip sequence of 4 messages and 4 emails sent over a 2-week period. So the numbers are huge, right, comparatively. Secondly, it's all automated. I don't have to spend any time doing this outreach. All I do is I'll check the replies and the interested parties. I will respond them and ask them to book in a meeting. We try and keep it really simple. But those numbers that I just mentioned, imagine doing that manually. It would take you just obscene amounts of time, and you can't do it manually, quite honestly, because of LinkedIn's limitations. So we automate things so we can save time, so you can focus on other things within your business. Like I said, we all know prospecting works, but it's hard to stay consistent with it. Just send all the follow-ups. That's the difference. When you ask a software to do it, it'll definitely get done. It won't call in sick. It won't procrastinate. It won't start watching cat videos on Facebook. Right? So it will do the work. So please go and download waalaxy from the link that I sent you, or it might even be on the page that you signed up from. Quite honestly, if you use our link, there's a benefit to you, and there's a benefit to me as well, quite honestly. So the benefit to you is normally you would get a 14-day free trial if you were to go to waalaxy yourself and sign up. If you use our link, you get a 30-day free trial. So it's double the value. So it's completely free. There's no obligation. Even afterwards, I think it's about €30 a month, which is about $30 roughly, for the entry level package. If you go for the full beans, I think that's about $75 a month, but that has like email scraping and email outreach on it as well. But you get everything for free for the first 30 days. So go and check it out. Please go and download that now if you haven't already done it, and then pop pause the video and then we'll go on to the next part of the masterclass. So now that you've done that, before we actually start setting up waalaxy, before we actually get into how to set up the campaigns and what we need to do is prepare our profile. So we need to optimize our profile for sales effectively. So most people think of their LinkedIn profile as a way to give their clients information. We don't want to do this. If you're just giving them all the information they need, why will they ever need to speak with you? Your profile needs to be a means to an end. You want your profile to pique their interest so you can move them to the next stage of your sales profile, of your sales process. Some people call it a funnel. Some people call this a profile funnel, right? So effectively, what you're doing is you're piquing their interest, you're getting them interested, and then you want them to be intrigued and want to find out a little bit more about you and about your business. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so we treat our website the same way as well. So you won't find a huge amount of intricate features and prices and all these things on most of these places for us. So it should be professional. It shouldn't have too much information, and it needs to attract your clients. So, and we'll get into all of the individual parts of the website. So the most important part of your LinkedIn profile actually is probably your photo, and then after that let's do it in terms of importance. So photo, then probably your banner, your headline, which is really important, your about section, which is really important, and then after that, the not as activity is your content. It helps that if you have content on LinkedIn, people can interact with you. Endorsements, and finally experience. So I'm going to show you a LinkedIn profile. Okay, so let's go to a LinkedIn profile and go through some of these points that I've just made. Right, so this is Kasim's profile. So firstly, the first thing I mentioned was the photo. So this was, if you can get a professional photo taken, that's the best option. But if not, just use the best quality photo you have. So the things to avoid in photos are photos where you're partying, or when you're like group photos. We don't use that. I always ask our clients or our employees not to use those photos. But yeah, just if you can get a headshot, a professionally taken one, amazing. If not, just use a really high quality photo. Then the next thing I mentioned was the banner. So the banner, it needs to have the best quality. Your most appealing offer on your banner, or one of your most. Just put like a really irresistible offer on your banner. For us, I've just created this on Canva. It says, "Need more clients? Organic outreach training. If you go through our program, implement, and you don't get clients, we'll pay you double our fee." So makes a lot of sense, right? So just put one of your most appealing offers into your banner. The next part that I mentioned was the headline. So let's have a look over here. Now there's a few ways to create your headline. The way I do it is you want to attract people with your first sentence, and then I'll do a little bit of SEO. So if you have a look at this one over here, so it's not really the first sentence, I put it in the middle over here, but you've seen these statements on headlines everywhere, right? So, or helping X do Y using Z. So helping agencies and freelancers get more clients using organic outreach. That's what we do. And the rest I've put there as SEO terms. So B2B prospecting specialist, LinkedIn automation, Facebook outreach, and cold email. So when somebody searches for LinkedIn automation, this profile should be near the top because we've used it in the headline. But You want to show people what you do. Maybe I could make this a little bit better. Maybe put a few emojis in there and whatever. But it looks okay, right? It looks professional. And I capitalize first letter of each word. It just makes it look nicer. Okay. So, and then, yeah, the about section. Now, the way when I construct an about section, I think of it as almost similar to an outreach message. So a lot of people will read this, and I use a method to construct a about section. Now, for my about sections and for a lot of our outreach messages, I want to have this little framework in there. So you want to build authority, show your prospect that they're not alone. Let's go over some of their pain points, how you solve those pain points. If you can tell a story to do any of these things, that's amazing. And then have a call to action. The formula that I follow for most of our copy is the AIDA formula, which is attention, interest, desire, and action. Go and read up about it. It's amazing. It makes a lot of sense, and it really, really does work. This masterclass is a shortened version of our full LinkedIn outreach course. Now, in there, I go through the different methodologies of copy that we use. So AIDA, I use before after bridge. There's a few others that I use as well. So hook, story, offer, the one that Russell Brunson uses as well. So if you do ever manage to see that training, you'll see that that's in there. But for this shortened version, I can't really go in too much into copywriting because I don't want to make this video really, really long. So, but for the about section, we'll discuss how to create an about section, and I'll show. So I've put authority, they're not alone, pain points, we solve these, tell a story. So let's go to over here. So I've put this into, and you know what, you can have this in a PDF as well. So how to write copy for your profile. So I've mentioned headline, and this is an example. So attract with the first sentence, how you can help them, then SEO, helping agencies and coaches get more clients through LinkedIn automation, $99 a course. You sign clients using our methods or you don't pay. Cold outreach, prospecting expert. So I use capitals for each word. Now we're on the about section. Like I mentioned, this can be similar to an outreach message. We will grab their attention, establish authority, show them some pain points, and show them that we are a solution to these issues. And then we will have a call to action. So, authority, not alone, pain points, we're the solution, tell a story, that's amazing. If you can do that, that's amazing. And then a call to action. And this is how I've used this in an about section. So, after speaking with thousands of agencies and coaches, that's authority. We've spoken with thousands of agencies and coaches, therefore we have some authority. We found most have similar issues when it comes to getting new clients. So we're showing our clients that they're not alone. What we're showing them that it's not their fault. You didn't have this knowledge beforehand. So it's not your fault. Loads of people are struggling with the same issues, but you haven't met me as of yet, right? So you haven't been able to solve this, or you haven't seen the solution that we're going to provide you. So they're not alone. Okay. Now, then we'll list some of their pain points. So they don't have the time to find new clients or run their business as well. They don't want to train new staff on how to find clients. They don't know the best ways to find new clients. Now, this isn't the best. These aren't the best pain points, but your pain points should resonate with your ideal clients, right? So when your ideal client is reading this about section or this outreach message, they'll be like, wow, I have issues finding new clients and running my business at the same time. Or I don't want to train new staff on how to find clients. And I don't know the best ways to find clients. So it should really resonate with them. You've got to find out what are the most prevalent issues for your clients. And then you can literally say, these are some of the issues we alleviate. We solve these problems, like I mentioned over here. And then I want to tell a story. Now, the story is going to be a really simple story. We recently helped a London-based agency bring on 6 new clients in the first 30 days of using our LinkedIn outreach training. This brought in an additional 18K in revenue. We taught them how to set up their profiles, which automations to use, how to set up the automations, and we gave their staff step-by-step instructions to get more sales on LinkedIn without spending any more money. That's our little case study. So yeah, this is true as well, by the way. Right? So think of us as your outsourced training department. You see the language that I'm using. Think of us as your outsourced training department. It should be, it should resonate with them. It should be about them, not about you. We will give your team all the processes and strategies they need to get more clients every week using organic LinkedIn outreach. Drop me a message and we'll see if this is a good fit. Now the call to action over here. So by the way, that was your case study that I mentioned over. Now drop me a message and we'll see if this is a good fit. If this was in a message, the call to action should be a little bit stronger than that. Because this is in an about section, then drop me a message is a reasonable call to action. Now, I'm going to send you this PDF that has loads of about sections and headlines on there as well. So you can have a look at them in your own leisure, at your own time, and decide which one is the best fit for you. And you can use it as a template to create your own headline and about section, because it is important. So yeah, you'll get this in a PDF in an email somewhere. Okay, let's go back. So where are we now? Let's go back into the slideshow. Okay, so we've done LinkedIn. So once we've set up the LinkedIn profile, make sure that you have that you've already downloaded waalaxy, and from here we can actually get into setting up waalaxy and making sure that it works effectively and we've got the right campaigns up and running. So once you've got your waalaxy downloaded and you've got the Chrome extension installed and you've got your LinkedIn profile optimized, we can go ahead and do this. So if you haven't done that already, pause the video, go away and do that, and come back to it once you've done all this. So now that you have optimized your LinkedIn profile and set up or downloaded waalaxy and connected it to your LinkedIn account, and you've downloaded the Chrome extension, the first thing that we need to do now is add some leads to waalaxy. So first you need to go to waalaxy and create the list. And I'll explain this shortly. And once you've created the list where these leads can go, you can import the contacts into that list. Now, there's 3 ways to import contacts. You can import contacts from a CSV, which is an Excel sheet, effectively. If you already have a bunch of LinkedIn profiles you'd like to connect with on a list, on a CSV, then you just upload that CSV to waalaxy and it'll auto import those profiles into your list. I've never really done that because I don't know where I'd get a list of LinkedIn profiles from that I want to connect with. The second one is you can import one by one from the profile page. So you go to somebody's profile, and when I go onto LinkedIn, I'll show you that it shows you how to add it to a list, which is kind of handy as well if you want to do that, but it can be time consuming. The one that I use most often, and 90% of the time, is importing search results. I'll show you how to do that now. So firstly, we want to go to waalaxy and create a list. Okay, let's go to waalaxy. Let's go to prospects. And let's go to add list. I'm going to add 2 because I want to show you 2 different campaigns that we can run. So let's go to, I'll call this one marketers first. So what that means is, this, you can call it whatever you want, right? So I want to remember it because these are first connections, people I'm already connected with who are marketers or marketing agencies. So yeah, there's no prospects in there at the moment. So what I will do is go to LinkedIn. Let's go to search and type in, go to marketing. No, let's go to, a lot of marketing agencies will call themselves something media, right? So I'm going to type in media people, and in the larger costs, you'll get loads of ideas on how to search for different niches and so on and so forth. So let's go to first connections, because this is going to be the first type of campaign. Um, so I've got 1,200 people who have media in their either profile, and these are people who are my first connections. Let's just refine a little bit more. United Kingdom, United States, those are the two countries that we predominantly operate in. So we've gone down to about 100, 1,000. 1,000 is the perfect sort of number, because that's how many you can import in one go to waalaxy. So all of these directors are founders mostly, of freelancers. Yeah, yeah. So these are my ideal clients, effectively. Also, one-on-one, I work with marketers or normally coaches and consultants. So once you've downloaded waalaxy and you've got the Chrome extension as well, this little page or this little section over here will come up on your LinkedIn pages. And now that I've come to a search string on LinkedIn, it lets me import from this search. So, and it's already bought, so you can go to look. Those are the other lists that I had, but Marketers First is the one that I want to import to, and I'll import 1,000 leads and click confirm, and it'll start doing it. Right, so it'll start adding people to that list. So it's 1% done, 10 people scanned, 8 people added. There's 2 duplicates in there, but that's effectively one of our lists. That's how you add first connections to a list on waalaxy. Let's stop that, because I want to show you the other way to add second connections, right? So we can go to a new connections campaign as well. Now, I showed you how to add a list by going into waalaxy. You don't even have to go into waalaxy, right? You can do it right from here. But let's search for our second connections first. So let's just go the same sort of search, but instead of first connections, let's go to second connections. And there should be a lot more people here. Oh wow, 817,000. Oh, wow. Let's and then let's go to owner and media. Oh wow, 917,000 results. This is way too many. I'm connected with so many people, right? So let's refine a little bit further. Let's just go to United Kingdom for now. 29,000 results. Let's go more filters. Okay, industry, marketing and advertising. Okay. Let's see if we can get this down to, there we go. Okay. So you can filter out as much as you want until you get down to 2,500, 3,000 is a decent number. So these don't want to go into marketer first, because that's just for first connection. So I'll create the next to it over here. You'll see it says create. Let's create a new list. We'll call this marketer second. Let's just make it simple for you now. Right. Okay. Marketer second, create, and let's import 1,000 once again. And once again, it will import 1,000 people into this list. And that's the easy way to import loads of people that you can reach out to in the future. This is going to be a decent list because they have owner and media in their profile, right? So, okay. Right, so that's how you import leads into waalaxy. In fact, I want to show you how to import people individually as well. So you go to Steve Liddle, it's already importing. But if I was on this profile and I wasn't importing, in fact, let's stop. But you can import a prospect individually. So I don't know who this chap is, but yeah, I can just go onto his profile. Excuse me. And if it's not importing at the time, just click on confirm and it will add him into that particular, or he's already existing in that list, right? But if he wasn't, then he would go into that list. So now you know how to import people into waalaxy using search, and the other one is um, to do it individually. I don't want to teach you how to import from a CSV because you'll rarely be using that, but it's kind of self-explanatory um, when you go into waalaxy. But if you have a look, I know I've stopped the import, but there's a few people there that it's already imported from marketers first, and I don't know how many is done in marketers second. There's 30 odd in there as well. So those are our two lists. I'm not going to import all of them because I'm not going to be running an outreach campaign to them right this second. But that's how you import people into a list on waalaxy. So let's get back into our little slideshow. So once you've imported people into a list on waalaxy, you can set up a campaign. Now, the first thing that we've got to decide is which campaign to run first. Now, if you have existing connections you'd like to contact, then a messaging to first connections campaign is your best bet to start with. And you're probably thinking, why? So, because it's low hanging fruit. You've already built up a connection with these people. They already know you exist sometimes. They might have seen your content, and it makes sense to get in touch with them first. And I'll show you an example shortly of one that I created. You can, so in fact, I'll show you that now. But the reasoning behind going to first connections first is because that you're already connected with them. It's a shorter cycle. So you're already connected with them, you can send them a message today. With the new connections and then sending messages to them, you have to connect with them first. And if you're sending 80 connections a day, you might not connect with 80 people. You won't connect with 80 people. You probably connect with 30 or 40 people, right? So the people that you've already connected with, it's just easier and it's just a lot faster. So let's do that first. So let's go to waalaxy. Let's go to campaigns. Click on start a campaign. Now this is where, once this page or this window comes up, you can decide which campaign you want to run. And literally, there's hundreds of different campaigns you can run. So the most simple one is just sending invitations out. This is invitation plus 2 messages. This is sending a message to first connections. Really, you want to be sending a bit of a drip campaign, so not just one, but maybe 3 or 4 messages. And just search through, have a play around with it, guys. You will learn more about playing around with this than I can show you. During your trial, you get the full version, which has LinkedIn and email on there as well. So as part of these campaigns, you can send a message and then 3 emails, a message and an email. Let's have a look. So a message and 3 emails. There's loads, right? So this one has a visit to the profile, a connection and a request. If they accept, they get 2 messages and an email. If they decline, we will extract their email and send them an email. That's a pretty good one, right? So look, there's loads. So this one's just 5 emails, and you can run multiple campaigns at the same time. This one is a connection request, and if they accept, they get 3 messages on LinkedIn. If they decline, then you I don't know what that is. Or invitation plus 2 messages, or just 3 messages. Or if they've already, okay, I'm not sure about that. That's more for a lead magnet. Okay. That's just 3 messages on LinkedIn. Let's do this one. Right. So this is to first connections, right? So you can name it whatever you want. Let's call it boom. Yes. Oh, sorry. I should have done that a little bit slower. So yeah, it'll ask you which list you want to use. You want to pick the one that has the first connections on there, and then you get to this stage where you can create the messages. Why does it only have one message on here? Okay, so this, let's just do it, right? So create your first message. Now, in fact, I'll show you some examples of one that I've used. So this is more for the other campaign. But let's just, all right, let's have a look at this, right? We'll keep it simple. So hi, um, you'll need to create this campaign, obviously, right? So hi, first name. So yeah, when you click on insert a variable down here, it will have this bracket of first name. So it'll auto populate their first name when you're sending them messages. So, if there's you've got a preview over here, right? So if it's somebody called James, this is what it says. I know we haven't really connected on here. And then you can insert another variable, which is their company name, right? So how are things going at, let's just go in, right? So how are things going in, and then it'll say their company name. Or alternatively, if they don't have a company name on there, it'll say in your business. Okay. Regards. So let's go. That's message one. And then wait 3 days, and then you can send. You can wait however many days you want. I like to wait 3 days, which is standard. Okay. Let's go. I don't like using hi first name all the time, but it's probably the best one. Hi first name. I'm just doing a bit of research about which training we should create first. This is just something I'm thinking of now, right? This isn't something that we've done previously, right? So, which one are you most interested in? Okay. I don't know. I mean, it normally takes a little bit longer than this to create a campaign, but let's change this delay now, right? So let's go 12 days. Survey of our clients. Masterclass. Sorry if I go quiet, right? Uh, Not clients, our connections. Okay, so yeah, so that's a three message campaign to your first connections. Once you've completed all the steps, you just click on launch my campaign and it launches. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to just unnecessarily message these people, but that's an example. I'll save this because I might use it in future. I'll click on X, but this is effectively a um, a message to a campaign to our first connections. The next one that I want to show you is a campaign to second connections who we're going to invite to, so we're going to send them oh, am I still, okay, stop import. So we're going to invite them to to connect with us. So we'll send them a connection request. We can send a message with the connection request as well. And then we will send them some sort of follow-up messages. This is the campaign that you're going to be using most often after you've exhausted your first connections, right? So you'll probably be using this more often than not. Let's just have a look if there's anything that I need to finish, that I need to cover. Yeah, so another thing so normally when you're sending campaigns out, especially longer campaigns, you want to send value messages out first, and then you want to send um, your offers. So when I say value messages, you might be sending them a piece of content that's relevant to them. You might be sending them a checklist that might help them. Some free stuff that's going to help them. Some of your content, a masterclass training, even though this is a lot, right? I don't expect everybody to create a masterclass training to do this, but a PDF with a daily checklist that they can go through works really, really well. You've got to decide on your content, not me. But send them value first, and then send them, and then you can send them your offer. Right, let's go to create an outreach campaign. So I've showed you how to create a first connections campaign. This video is getting a little bit longer than I thought it would. So I'll quickly show you how to create a second connections campaign. So that's in drafts, isn't it? Right. So let's start a campaign. Why is it then? Okay, let's click on start a campaign. Let's go to this is a similar sort of thing. So this one's going to have invitation plus 2 messages. You want to go a little bit longer normally, right? But this is just, and I'm not even going to change the names just so I can show you very quickly. Let's go to from your list. You don't want to do this to first connections. You want to do this to second connections. So the other list that I created, marketer second, add all the prospects. Now, do you want to add a note to your connection request? You don't have to. It helps a little bit if you do, but it's not a huge amount of difference. But we'll add one, right? So, and we're not going to say too much in our note because we want them to actually connect with us. My first name would be that's okay. And then wait one day and you can add message 1. And then you'll wait a few days, then add message 2, wait another few days. You decide on all these things. I'm going to send you this PDF as well that has an example of an outreach campaign. So this is an example of a campaign. Connection message, prospect accepts, wait one day, first message. Hi, first name, thank you for accepting. Well, let's just do a couple of messages over here. Thank you for, okay, I haven't done first name there. Okay. A PDF checklist that helps coaches stay on top of their prospecting. This is the link. And don't leave this as insert link, people. Please add a link in there. Hope it helps. Have you ever tried prospecting on LinkedIn or Facebook? And then confirm, wait 3 days, add your second message. So write out your messages first, right? So we recently hosted a LinkedIn Outreach Masterclass. This is the recording. In it, we discussed the strategies we used to book 79 meetings last month for a London-based coach. 26 of those meetings actually became clients. Let me know if you have any questions. So yeah, guys, I'm not going to go through all of these messages and add them all in because it's going to take too long, right? So, but you guys can do this yourself. These messages are used as templates, so you can use these messages as templates. I might even add some more in if you go for the full LinkedIn outreach course that I do teach. That has loads of templates in there as well. But this is a masterclass, right? So it should show you how to create your messages or how to create these campaigns. So, and then once you've done that, you can just click on launch and it will launch the campaign. So let's quit this one without saving. But that's waalaxy. It works incredibly well. So now once you've created these campaigns, the next stage is when you get replies. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so now we've created the campaigns, the campaigns. Let's go into the next slide, which is about nurturing conversations. So once you've created the campaigns, after a few days, you'll start getting replies. Now, this is where you need to remember your goal isn't to sell in the messages. It's our goal is to take our prospects to the next stage of our process, to the next stage of our funnel. Now, normally for most service-based businesses, the next stage will be a meeting, whether that be in person or a virtual meeting. Or you might get them to another piece of your content and get them onto an email list, and then you can nurture them via email. Both those strategies are absolutely valid. Meetings work incredibly well if you've got time to actually speak to people. It works really well for high ticket as well. For lower ticket, like our sort of trainings, then maybe you can go to a lead magnet and then get them onto your list and nurture them from there. But our job isn't to sell the product or the service. For most instances, our job is to sell the benefits of a meeting. We move them to the next stage of the funnel. So you're trying not to give them too much information. So if, and I do this in trading with our employees as well. So if somebody asks for the price, we never give out the price. If somebody asks too many intricate questions, we don't give the answers. We'll say, look, you need to speak to Harvey, or if it's me speaking, say, look, we can only discuss this on a call. If they're not willing to go to a call without further information, so be it, right? I'm okay with that. Those people who won't speak to you without knowing the definite price is the only factor for them, and I don't really want them as clients. Also, when somebody asks, so for example, if somebody asks you for more information in an email, I'll say, yeah, that's absolutely fine. What would you like included in the email? And then they'll say, I want you to send some testimonials, and I want you to send like a case study. What I will then do is, instead of sending it in an email, I'll send it there, right, on the LinkedIn message. I'll say, look, here are the testimonials, here the case study. Can we arrange a call to discuss further? Or if they ask for some other information, we'll say, look, can we arrange a call to discuss it further? We don't normally, there's no point me saying, I don't want to be another person who's in your inbox and you're going to forget about us. But the whole point is we're trying to get them to a call. I would rather have somebody pissed off with me about not giving them the information that they wanted, um, then just give them information and they'll go away, because 99% of the time they're not going to get back in touch with you. So yeah, get them when you have their interest or their attention, get them onto a call. So don't give them too much information. So that's pretty much what we're going to cover in our masterclass. And I hope you found some value in the training today. I will send this video and the accompanying PDFs to you in an email. But this masterclass, like I said, is a shortened version of our LinkedIn Automation Mastery course. There, I go into a lot more depth on these topics. You get more examples of the messages. The full LinkedIn course is actually part of our flagship course, which is the Prospecting Bible. Now, the Prospecting Bible is all our prospecting courses, effectively. So the LinkedIn course, we have a Facebook outreach course, our cold calling course, email marketing. We have modules on copywriting as well. And then we have some training on sales training, as in how to close people on Zoom. So how to close those sales meetings. Then we have other strategies there as well, like how to find clients on job sites and Reddit and Quora and others as well. So we discuss how to find trained VAs who can do this for you. I can also put you in touch with some trained VAs as well. And there's some bonus black hat strategies in the Prospecting Bible. It's massive, right? So, and also, the registration for the Prospecting Bible is open for a limited time. I've created about half of the Prospecting Bible at the moment. So I'm only going to have the registration Bible for, I think from now, it's about another 7 days. And then after that, I'm going to go away and complete shoot the other videos. I've put everything down on a piece of paper. So whilst the registration is open, I've got it at a discounted price. The normal price will be, it says $4.99, but I think it's going to be more than that because I've had too much interest. But the normal price will be $4.99, but if you sign up before I close registration, it's $1.99. Which I honestly think is just I've done courses that are $5,000 and they have nothing like this in terms of actual value. They have a lot of fluff in them, and they talk about mindset and manifestation and raising your vibration to match a fucking Lambo or something. This gives you real processes. It takes you from doing some prospecting to have the best possible chance to get clients through prospecting. Now, and I'm going to make it a little bit sweeter as well, make the deal a little bit sweeter. So you also get a strategy session with me. Now, we can discuss any aspect of your business's growth, from hiring to scaling to putting processes in place to copywriting if you want. But during this strategy session, we can create a daily prospecting checklist for you or for your staff. Now, these are the strategies that are used in the Prospecting Bible. Now, I'll give you a little guarantee as well. If you take action and do the things that are in that checklist on a daily basis, and if you do this for, let's just say 2 months or 60 days, and you don't get clients and you don't make a massive profit on what you paid us for the Prospecting Bible, I will give you a full refund plus an additional $200. So that's double what you paid us effectively. Now, it's just to put your mind at ease. I know I'm not going to have to give out refunds, and that's why I can make such a bold claim. I'm giving you money for this online training, but I want you to take action as well. It doesn't really matter if you have this training, if you don't do anything with it. I want you to take action. And either you're going to do it yourself or somebody from your team is going to do it. If you don't have somebody on your team to do all the manual work, I can find you people. I've been training VAs for the last 5 years, right? So I know loads of them. And I know some fully trained ones who are really, really good at what they do. But this is only if you sign up now. I'll only do this for about 15 businesses. After that, the price is increasing. And I've put $4.99 on this page, but really it's going to be $9.99 because we've had I have another little pricing strategy, right? So all these individual courses that are in this, so the LinkedIn course is $99, the Facebook course is $99, the cold calling course I believe at the moment is $49, our email marketing course is 99 again, the sales training is 49. Now this other one, there's job sites Reddit and Quora is 99 at the moment as well. um, and the black hat strategies, I haven't put that into a course yet. But our unique pricing strategy is every time I get 25 customers at a certain price, I double the price. Right? We try, because we're adding to these courses all the time. We're putting more things, more content in there all the time. We are doubling the price. So initially, the prospecting Bible on pre-sale is going to be $4.99. Or at the moment, it's one for you guys. I don't know why I did this, but for you guys, it's $1.99. But then once it gets completed, it's going to go to $4.99, and then really quickly it's going to go to $9.99, then $19.99, and then probably going to go to either $29.99 or something like that. So we are going to be increasing or doubling the price every 25 customers. So yeah, and then when I'm running ads to it as well, so hopefully we will be. I'm gonna have to increase the price. At the moment, I'm doing this organically, right? So I can do it a little bit cheaper. But yeah, $199 for, I mean, just for that strategy session, that I normally charge $500 an hour for the coaching just on its own, right? So for that strategy session plus the cost for $199, I think it's crazy, but it is what it is. There is a link below this video for the registration for the Prospecting Bible. Click it now and register to get early access at this stupid price. But thank you all for watching. I hope you found some value. I hope I can see you within the Prospecting Bible. If not, that's absolutely fine as well. You will get a recording of this video, and you'll also get the accompanying PDFs via email. You should already have the tool, and you can just use the tool there as well. Once again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for downloading our tool. And I hope it works really, really well for you. If you need to get in touch with me personally, once again, my email address, my email address is harvey@bulboutreach.com. Where am I? It's over here. So yeah, email is harvey@bulboutreach.com, or my Instagram is harvey512. You can get in touch with me there as well. All right. So yeah, have a great day, everybody. And I hope your LinkedIn outreach grows really, really well. And hopefully I can speak to you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.